Hey guys, what's up? This is Panzer Dragon, and today we're doing episode 4 of Mechanics. This series is all about showing you flash tricks if the champion has them, or just showing you some cool tips and tricks with them. And in this series, we'll be going through every champion in the game, as every champion has something unique about them and only they can do. In this video, we'll be showing you tricks with Elise, Evelyn, Ezreal, Fiora, Fiddlesticks, and Fizz. And I do apologize for the people who have been waiting for this episode, but here it is, and with all that being said, let's get started. So the first champion we're going to be showing is Elise, and there's a few tricks that you probably didn't know, so I'm going to be showing them. And the first trick is going to be really simple. You can use your E to repel the wards that are placed, as the ward is counted as a minion. So if you find yourself in a sticky situation where you have to escape, and the enemy all of a sudden puts down a ward over the wall, there's your escape route. Just remember you can't use Elise's repel onto your own wards, only onto the enemy wards. The next trick is going to be used for Elise in the jungle, where basically you let the spiders tank the enemy creeps so you don't take any damage. All you have to do is basically in between auto attacks you want to move back a bit and then forward again when you can auto attack so that the spider tanks a bit and also the creeps turn around, which delays them from auto attacking and you take less damage. Also, it doesn't say in the tooltip, but your W on spider form is actually an auto attack reset. So when you're in spider form and you're doing the jungle, remember after your first auto attack to use your W for that auto attack reset to get more damage onto the creeps. Next, we'll be showing some volatile spiderling tricks. The first one is really easy. All you have to do is send your volatile spiderling out, and when you go into spider form and Q somebody, the volatile spiderling will jump to him as well as your own spiderlings. So if you ever try to use your W, like a skill shot, don't worry, you don't have to. All you have to do is land your Q in spider form and it'll go to the enemy automatically. The next one is going to be sending your spiderling out at a farther range than usual. So you probably know that when you're sending the spiderling over a wall and you send it to the bush, as you can see in this video, the spiderling will start heading there. But what you can't do is send your spiderling out of the range of the skill shot cursor that is shown, and as you can see, it just sits there until it explodes. But what you can do with the spiderling is if you put your skill shot cursor over the wall and at least halfway through the wall, your spiderling will try and get to the other side of the wall instead of just sitting there as shown in the previous clip. So this trick can be used when, say, you need more range in your W to bush check or face check something and you're too scared to step further, so this is the trick you can pull off and get more range. Just remember to do it 50% over the wall or your spiderling will end up right here. Next up is Evelyn, and instead of showing a trick when playing as Evelyn, we're going to be showing a trick when playing against an Evelyn. So basically this trick is using your vision ward to use it for the true sight, and then using a normal ward over the wall so that Evelyn doesn't know that she's actually being revealed by the true sight. So basically you can use this technique to waste her time since she doesn't know that she's being revealed, so she's just going to be waiting patiently until you make a wrong step. But little did she know that you actually have vision of her, and she doesn't know since the pink ward is on the other side of the wall. So you're going to be efficiently wasting her time since she's not doing anything else and just waiting for you. Next up will be Ezreal, and there's actually only one decent trick I could find with Ezreal. Basically what you're going to do as Ezreal is you're going to ult in a direction, and then instantly right after you're going to want to flash away from where you shot. This way it looks like you're using your ulti somewhere else, but little does he know you're actually ulting straight at him. So I guess this can be used when, say, you're trying to finish off someone with your ultimate and you don't want the enemy to know where you shot it, so you do flash in a different direction, preventing them from knowing which way the true shot barrage was shot in. Next up will be more flash tricks. So say you're AD Ezreal and you want to surprise someone with your Q and you don't want them flashing away from it, so what you do is you want to cast your Q before you flash, and then there's no time to react since they thought that the Q was coming from another direction instead of where you flash from. Now again, this trick also works with this W and E. So say you're AP Ezreal and you want to burst someone, then you can surprise them by using your W beforehand and then flashing. Now say if you're AP Ezreal again and you want to finish off someone with your E and be a bit surprising, what you can do is cast your E and then flash. As you can see in slow-mo in this clip, what I do is I cast my E and then flash, and then as you can see, the arcane shift missile actually comes at the end point rather than at the middle. Next up is Fiddlesticks, and he actually doesn't have any cool skill tricks that I know of, so what I'm going to be showing instead is some really cool ganking points with his ultimate. So right here, say if you're coming from red side and you want to gank the bottom lane, you can use this wall and create a lot of distance onto the bottom lane, as the same concept as Elise's spiderling over the wall comes into here. Basically, you're going to want to have your ultimate pointing at least 50% over the wall, so that you can teleport onto the other side and kill the enemies. Next trick we'll be showing how to solo dragon with Fiddlesticks at level 3. So this actually requires a certain rune setup and mastery page setup. Well, masteries, I don't really care, but for runes, you do need a certain setup. First off, we're going to be starting with an amplifying tome plus a health potion, and then we're going to be doing a certain route. Take note that during this route you do not use the health potion, you'll need it for the dragon. And on the first buff, what you want to do is smite it immediately, and then once you're done that buff, you immediately transfer to the second buff. When you're done the two buffs, what you're going to want to do is recall and buy the Fiendish Codex and then do the Gromp buff and smite it. Right after, you're going to want to head to the dragon. Make sure not to get knocked back by the dragon when it's coming up so that your drain doesn't get cancelled. And then you're going to want to start draining away and popping your health potion. You only want to use your Dark Wind twice because you will run out of mana and not have enough for a drain. And you absolutely need the health potion because if you don't have it, you're going to end up dead before you can kill the dragon. And as you can see, I only have 16 health left, so you definitely need that potion. Next up, we're going to be doing Fiora. And there's not a lot of tricks with her since she isn't really a unique champion. But I won't be showing it since I don't feel like she's a great jungler. And the first trick I'm going to be showing is that your E for Fiora is an auto attack reset. It actually doesn't say in the tooltip that it's an auto attack reset, but it is there. For the next trick, you will need time for this, but let's say you're split pushing and you are going really deep and one of you wanting the enemy, but all of a sudden the enemy team starts trying finding you and hunting you down and you gotta get out. And let's say you don't have a ward. What you can do is use the time at active and hit the Gromp behind the wall, and then you can dash to it since it is auto attacking you. This also works in the blue buff, but any other camp it doesn't work because there's no range attackers. For instance, golems is melee and wolves is melee too. And even though the wraith camp or raptors is ranged, the big one at least, they can't hit you because you're just too far away from them. And last but not least, and my favorite, is Fizz. So the first trick I want to be showing you is the flash trick with his E. Basically what you're going to want to do is cast your E, and then when you're coming down, you're going to want to use flash and land on the enemy. This is a very useful trick for Fizz players to know, as it is very hard for the enemy to react to since they see you using Trickster in one place but they don't expect the flash coming down onto them. The next trick is going to be a flash trick and also a really good initiation that I want to point out. Basically what you're going to do is use your ultimate and then flash, and then just use all your skills and try to kill the enemy. This is really good for, like, say if you don't want to use your ultimate and try and land it from a distance. This is for when you want to kill somebody and ensure that you can kill him by landing the fish, because basically if you land the fish, he's going to be CC'd for a long time, and Fizz has enough damage plus gap closers to catch up with the enemy if he does flash or uses escape to get out. The next trick I'm going to be showing is Fizz instantly using his E. So the requirements to do this is you need a big wall so that you don't E over the wall and that you E into it. So this trick is really useless since you aren't Eing into anything but a wall. And if you didn't want to get the second part of the E, you might as well just use your E once and then drop on somebody to get the slow. But I thought it was pretty interesting nonetheless. Anyways, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button so that I know you guys support this video series. And if you do want to analyze ganks like a pro, be sure to click the video onto the left, or if you want to improve as a jungler, click the video on the right. And thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.